Hello everybody, Becky here with the Simple Spruce Studio. Come on in guys and get yourself all comfortable. When you hop on, say hi. Let me know you're out there. We're going to try to get this in. I got to get my little stick out. I think I'm crooked again. I can't tell. We're going to try to get this in. And we got storms coming, apparently. It's headed our way. Hail, strong winds, all kinds of stuff, I guess. So not real sure how the service is going to be here shortly. But we're going to try it. I am connected to Bluetooth and everything, or Bluetooth, hotspot. So hopefully we can get through this without any issues. Hi, Miss Helen. How are you doing, girl? So, okay. Let me finish putting my apron on here. We are going to tackle the sconces. You see, I didn't bring my candles either. I was going to show you what they'd look like. Okay. These sconces here, they have the mirrors in them. The mirrors were definitely glued in. So what I did was I literally just took my heat gun and had to heat up the glue until it got soft enough, and it was old yellow glue. So it took some doing. So I'm glad I did it ahead of time. So I scraped off all the glue, got the mirrors out. Now what I did was, if you guys were on here with me yesterday, hi Barb, hi Marjorie, thank you for sprinkling. Hello Miss Karen, happy Thursday. So I was using my sander the other day on a board here, and it's my rotary sander. Hand sander, and the Velcro pad that is supposed to stay attached, that you actually put the sanding pads Velcro to. I'm sanding away, and next minute I know the whole Velcro pad and the sandpaper went flying across the garage. So either I need to glue it back on and hope it stays on, but I think when it heats up, it's just gonna, I just need another one. No, Brenda, we haven't even gotten started yet, so you're good. We're working on the sconces, the little candle sconces. So that's what I was gonna use to sand off the back of the mirrors. I went ahead and I did an antique finish on the mirrors to make them look like they were just really aged and all that. But it wasn't sanding off as well as I wanted it to. So I will pin a tutorial in there showing you how I do it, the faux antique finish. So we've got the two done. What I did was I just sanded the back as good as I could with a little piece of sandpaper and cleaned it off, and then I took a squirt bottle of vinegar and water and squirted it on there in big drops and little drops, and then I took looking glass. It's so I'm going to try to work fast, guys, because I know we got storms moving in and we're going to have shoddy service. We're going to have shoddy service. But anyway, I will probably show you another time or pin a tutorial on how to do the antique mirror. But these were like cheaper ones. They weren't sanding off right. So I didn't know if it's because I didn't have my rotary sander or if it's just the type of mirrored surface that they used on it. So but they are what they are. I might end up painting over them to match this whole thing, but you guys have to vote. I've got two colors here. Sandy Blonde, a new color. I haven't used it yet. Do you want to see Sandy Blonde and then a wax over it? Or do you want to see the vintage duck egg on these and do a white wax over the vintage duck egg? So put in the comments, guys, which one. I could not decide. I could not. I'm leaning toward this one with white wax because I haven't used it yet, but I really liked the duck egg. So send me some comments, y'all. Which color you want? Duck egg, sandy blonde. What do you think is going to look better? And then I thought about also putting a mold up here. I'm so indecisive today, y'all. Do you guys like this mold? Do you think this one looks better? Or, okay, we got one duck egg. Guys better start voting, sending me some comments here. Or do you like this one? I think I like the round one. What do you think? We got 1 and 1. We got one sandy blonde, one duck egg. Okay. Oh, 2 and 2. You guys aren't helping any. We got 2 and 2. Oh. Hi, Carol. We got sandy blonde, duck egg, and duck egg. The next one is the tiebreaker, guys. Which one? We've got 2 and 2. We need one more vote. There it is. We're doing blue. Miss Teresa. And Brenda says the round one. Okay. Duck egg it is. Teresa was the tiebreaker. All right. So we're going to, man, I forgot to even put down my paper. We're just going to use some paper towels here. Okay, so we're just going to get started. Well, you know what? Let me see. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and glue this on real quick here. Duck egg is gorgeous, subtle color. It is. Hello, Brenda. Duck egg with the round mold. Okay, duck egg it is. Okay. I thought about doing one coat of paint, but the glue sticks better to the wood. Hello, Miss Sharon. Okay, now this one I did maybe an hour ago. It's not completely set up, but it is set up enough to where I can push on it a little without losing the detail on it. So we are going to make another one real quick here. I'm using the IOD molds, and this one is called Cameos. Put some cornstarch. Key West a couple of years ago when all of us, me and Troy and the girls went on vacation. I got to get this clay used up because it's getting a little stiff. Like I said, I apologize, guys, if the service is a little crappy. We have got some major storms rolling in, apparently. Tornado warnings. Other people have had tornado warnings out. We're supposed to be getting high winds and hail and stuff. So I thought, If you're gonna go live, you better do it now. I did go back to Walmart and get the smaller suitcase. So I did get that done. No word on the baby yet. Hi, Carrie. She was supposed to go doctor's appointment today. And she's supposed to be getting her membrane scrape thing again. So, whoa, stay in there. So we'll see. Hi, Rhonda. Yeah, this clay is almost, it's getting a little too dry. But we're gonna make it work, y'all. We're gonna make it work. Beautiful. I love how detailed those are. Okay. So let's get this one glued down. Come on. This is the one I just used, isn't it? It is not. This is the one I used. Okay. Miss Brenda from Arizona, hello. Okay, let's see. This one I got to be a little bit easier with. Thank you. It'll be a little bit easier with this one because this one is fresh. All right, I'm going to take this out of the bag and I'm just going to put it back in here with a wet baby wipe. So hopefully I can still use the rest of that. Okay, this one I'm going to set aside and we're going to start painting on this one. And the color choice was Vintage Duck Egg by Dixie Belle. You get down in, you want to push it all down into the little details, but you don't want it to puddle up either. So find that happy medium. I think those are home interior. Are they? That might be why they look familiar. I remember my mom always buying those, doing the home interior. Buying home interior stuff from parties. Well, we're giving them a facelift. So yeah, Morgie told us last night she had another doctor's appointment today to get that procedure done again. So maybe this will kick the baby in gear and make her decide it's time to come meet the rest of us. Glad to see you, Becky, watching from Arkansas. There's Miss Pat. How are you? Hopefully I can get through this before the storm sets in. And right now we just got lots of lots of wind. I had to bring in all the cushions off the front porch, the little rug and pillows, and because they're already getting blown all over the place, but the sun comes and goes. But like I said, I know we've got some storms on their way. Her due date was Tuesday. I think Tuesday was the 18th, right? So, we're just waiting patiently, if you can call it that, for that phone call. Hi, Debbie. How are you? Hey, guys, my project I made yesterday and posted it to the website sold already. I was so excited. You always wonder when you make something, you know, it's like, are people really going to like it? And so you almost just do a happy dance when somebody buys it. I got to get a smaller brush here. Skinnier, but let's see. Let's use this one. I want to get down into this little groove that we've got going on there. Yes, freezing some. Are you on standby for a flight out when you need to go? No, we're just going to play it by ear, and once she calls us and lets us know that she's for sure in labor, then we will, we know that trying to time it to where we'll be there right when she's born is, yeah, probably wishful thinking. But so we're just going to get the next flight out as soon as she calls and tells us it's on. I gotta dab that down in there because that wood is rough. Of course, you know, it's not sanded or anything. So to get it to cover, I gotta you know what? I'm also gonna go down in here a little bit. Okay. Let's move this one over. That groove used to hold a glass hurricane. That's what I thought. But I thought about doing, which I probably won't have time with, like I said, with the storms rolling in. I don't know how long I'm going to have service. Mine had a mirror behind. These have the mirrors. Yeah. I took them out because they were just really ratty looking and tried to do the antique mirror finish on them. But it wasn't sanding, the mirror surface wasn't sanding off as well as I thought it was going to, or that it has for me in the past. Yeah. Fuzz, we're going to do this part first here real quick. But we're going to go with it. We're going to see what it looks like. It might be one of those that I might look at it and think, nah, I don't like that. We're going to paint over it. And then we can always do like a decoupage, something on it. We have options, but we're going to see what it looks like first. We might just love it. Looks just like my old ones. I'm telling you, I think my mom had these hanging up in our house too. Huh? Oh. Thank you. You guys know I always miss a spot. Every time. Oh. I do. Need a touch up on the candle holder top. Yeah, these will be, I will go over second coat too. I'm going to get them to dry a little bit, and then Donna says, you got it. I found it. I seen it. It took me a minute to find it, but I got it. All right. Now let's do the big stuff. Hey, Miss Patty. I'm doing good. How are you doing? Anybody else getting any kind of storms or anything yet? I went to the post office earlier and dropped off some packages, and the lady working in there said that somebody was getting hail already. So I didn't know if it was like, she thought it was Sullivan, but if it was Sullivan, we would have already been getting pummeled unless it stayed north, but I'm thinking maybe she thought it was Sullivan. It was Rolla further away, because we're not getting anything yet. Besides lovely, lovely winds. I do have to say, I do like the coverage of Dixie Belle Chalk Mineral Paint, guys. Hello, no baby yet. Just sprinkled. Thank you, Gail. No baby yet. I thought for sure today would be the day, but I don't know if she's had her second doctor's appointment for her membrane scrape. I'm assuming that's what it's called. I didn't have to have anything like that done. But I was 2 weeks early too, so. And she is going on 2 days past her due date. So we'll see what today's visit brings. You guys know how chalk paint is. If it's not completely dry and you hit a wet spot, it is going to pull off the paint. Roxy, you like this color? Pretty sure she's pregnant. Oh, if I had a picture. I think I do have one of her. Yeah. She's pregnant. Yes, Roxy, this color is Vintage Duck Egg by Dixie Belle. This is the second time I'm using it. And it's a very pretty color. Like Teresa said earlier, it's subtle, but very pretty. Okay. Coat 2. We'll let this dry and then you know I'm going to distress back. Did I? Somebody said, you have another spot you missed. Is it on the one that's still laying on the table? Or the one right there? Is that what you were talking about? Or the one I'm working on? I think I got it. If that's the one you're talking about. I love it. I told you guys got to keep me in line. You got it. Thank you, thank you. Get this on. Couldn't decide. I think I'm gonna like the white wax. I almost was thinking dark wax on the other, the sandy blonde, if we went with it. But I think on this one we're gonna do white. Do some white wax. It's just gonna soften this color even more, and then up here it's gonna make that little detail pop there. All right, y'all. Okay. I think that one is good. Wall Sconces. Yes, hi, Anne. Yes, ma'am. I thrifted these, and I'm finally getting to upcycling them. The color is very similar to my whole interior and exterior of our new house. Really, Peggy? Pink color called Lullaby by Sherwin-Williams. How cool. It's a gorgeous color. Very pretty color. So you say new house. Are you in it yet, or is it being built, or? I built a house. Well, I didn't build it. I had contractors build it, but it was back when I was a single mom. And that was one of my goals, was to have my own house built, pick out the colors, the layout, everything that way I wanted it. And I did that. I guess Bree was in middle school at the time. And we stayed in it a whole 3 years and then ended up selling. That was a hard decision because that was like one of my major goals, was as a single mom to do that. And so when it came time to sell, it was a tough decision. But Drew was so active in basketball. I mean, when she wasn't playing for school, she was on traveling teams, and we were literally gone three weekends out of a month, sometimes a week at a time. I mean, we were gone. We were gone constantly. So I was, had this new house to house our dogs, 2 little Shih Tzus. So I prayed and prayed and prayed about it, you know, what should we do? Because we were putting all this money into traveling and her playing basketball, because we knew she was good enough. I say we, her father too, that she was good enough to be able to get a scholarship for college. Oh, yes, we'll be 18 months out in the country, away from the, oh, yes. We love it, and only 10 minutes from my daughter. Perfect. Perfect, perfect. That's what I loved about our house. We looked for 3 years. Looked at houses, properties. Our real estate agent showed us so many, from total guts to fixer-uppers to, we even thought about just building, buying property, and we weighed all of our options. And then finally this house came up, and I seen it before our realtor did. And I called her while I was at work and told her, meet us out there soon as you can. Soon as I get off work, I'm headed out there. Meet us out there. So, and I knew the minute we pulled up, I'm like, this is it. I'm done looking. And like I said, it was a total 72 time capsule. It was so dated. But it had 25 acres, 2 ponds, a live creek going through it, an in-ground pool with a pool house. But like I said, it was dated. So the structure of the house was great. It just needed a bunch of updating, cosmetic stuff like that. Nothing structural, electrical, or anything like that. It took us a while, but we found it. And at the distance out of town, we feel like we're like way out in the country, but we're still only, 2 or 3 minutes from town, but we're like literally off the beaten path. So, and that's what we loved about it. When I say out of town, it's not like I'm from a big, huge populated town, because no, I think we've got, I don't know, 4,800 or 4,900, something like that population. But Loving this paint color. Good choice, ladies. Good choice. But now I got to find a new project to use my sandy blonde on and some dark wax. Oh, wait a minute, I got enough to pick from over there. I'm sure I'll find something. Looking great, thank you. Yes, we are only 5 minutes from town. The little town of, see, I love that. I like the small town, but I grew up in a small town out in the country and did the whole living in the downtown St. Louis area for a little while I was going to school, but just wasn't for me. Okay. We are going to bring back some of that natural wood. Nothing major. And then we're going to clear wax. To seal in the paint, because it is a chalk paint, so it does have to be sealed in. So we're going to clear wax it. I don't want these to have a sheen to it, because you can. Okay, I should be back. That was the non-pregnant daughter calling in, so we're all good. She needs to sign up for my text alerts so she knows when Mom is live. She's probably calling me to let me know how her appointment went with her car today. Her car was acting funny. But yes, you could use Big Top to seal this in, or crystal clear chandelier. But those will give it a little bit of a sheen. It'll brighten the paint back up. And I want it to stay the chalky finish look to it. So we're going to use waxes. Because when you use wax, it will, the wax will, when it cures, it will dry back down to the chalky finish. Yeah, she's talking about her car. One second, I'll show you. Okay, we just did some light distressing around all the edges. Let's Are those still available for sale? Peggy, they sure are. They are already listed on the website. You'll see the picture of them before I flip them. But that price that they're listed at includes me upcycling them. So that price will not change. So yes, they are still listed on the website. Another reason why I thought, well, I better get them painted, because I don't think anybody wants them until they see what they're going to look like. Now, if you didn't want, just to give you guys some ideas, some options, if you did not want the brown wood showing through, you could have taken these and spray painted them. Like a lot of people want to do white and distress it back to black. So you could have spray painted these black or painted them. But if you spray paint and wet distress with chalk paint, you'll distress back to the black. But if you're going to sand, you have to be careful that you don't sand through to the wood if you're wanting the black to show through. But then again, there's other options you can do to bring that black back by using the wax. Hey, Miss Pat, how are you doing? Miss Pat with Unique. There's Carol. Hi, Carol. Do you have to reseal the chalk painted furniture every couple of years? No, you do not. Once that chalk paint is sealed, it's sealed and that's it. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, no, you do not. Seal it once and done. Okay. Turn that over and we're gonna just getting the dust off, and then we're gonna clear wax them. Glad to catch you live. Hi, Sandy. I'm glad you caught me. Okay, my favorite wax, DIY clear wax. And where's my brushes? Let's see. DIY clear. Thank you, Pat. I was trying out my Dixie Belle. I'm not that familiar with the Dixie Belle paint, so I did their chalk mineral paint in the vintage duck egg. And I really like it. I mean, it is very comparable to DIY chalk paint. You guys know I'm just taking it out of the container. Just so as not to contaminate my whole thing. I have to say the difference between the Dixie Belle chalk paint and DIY paint. The DIY paint, when it goes on darker, but dries much lighter. And then when you wax it, it brightens it back up to the color, almost like that when it was completely wet before it dries. Dixie Belle chalk paint does not do that as the DIY paint does. But I know a lot of people, when they use the DIY paint and then it dries so much lighter than what it goes on. And then when they wax it, it goes back to that darker color and sometimes even looks blotchy. But once that wax cures, that will go away. That blotchy look will go away. I know they always refer to it as the freak out factor when you go to wax your DIY chalk paint. I just ordered this set, can't wait. Oh, awesome, Peggy. I'm so glad. Yeah, I mean, if it matches the colors for your house, then that is perfect. Like I said, the clear wax, we are sealing the chalk paint in. And then we're going to white wax over it. Just going to give it more of an oxidized kind of look to the paint. It's going to mute the color just a little bit. But mainly what it's going to do is it's going to bring out the detail in the molds that I put on. All right, now we're going to take a paper towel and wipe back the excess. And you like the vintage duck egg too? Yeah, I knew the minute I looked at their colors before I ordered them that was going to be one of the colors. That and the buttercream, because it is such a, and I have a buttercream here. It's not white, but it's like that perfect creamy color to where it's not yellow. Yeah. So those were the two I started with. I thought, yeah, if you're going to try it, those are the two colors I picked. Okie doke. Got that. Now we're going to find our DIY white wax brush. And this one is going to be stiff. This one is due to definitely be washed. I don't wash my brushes, my wax brushes, after every use. This one is due. Now, I am going to dip straight in here because I only have a little bit left in the bottom of this. It's almost gone, but I do have a new one. So I'm not worried about contaminating it. Like I said, it doesn't make it to where it can't be used. You can still use it. It just has a ucky odor once it gets contaminated. But the odor goes away when it dries. Also, when you use clear wax, before you use the white wax or dark wax, that clear wax acts as a barrier and allows you to control how dark you want your dark wax, how much you want to stay on. It gives you more control over the colored waxes. And again, with the dry paper towel or dry rag, it's going to take off less than if you used a baby wipe. Can you guys see that? And see how it kind of ages, gives it more of a aged French provincial kind of look to the paint. And like I said, if you choose to want more wiped back of the white wax, use a baby wipe or a damp rag, whatever you have on hand. Our used DIY waxes. I love them and don't know why I haven't tried any of the paint yet. You haven't tried any of the DIY paint yet? That's the one I've been using for quite some time now. And it's been my favorite. And then I had people start asking me, have you ever used this? Or what's the difference between that and this? And I thought, you know what? I don't know. I can't answer that. So I ordered some Dixie Belle, so I can be able to tell them the difference, my honest opinion on them, and why I like using one in a different situation over the other or something like that. So, but yeah, I started with the DIY chalk paints and love them. Now the waxes, I love the DIY waxes. Out of all the other waxes I've tried, I do like the DIY. Y'all. How pretty. I love that. Another reason I only ordered two of the colors. Now I know Dixie Belle has a silk mineral paint, I think is what they call it. And I don't think, I mean, you can still distress it, but you have to use sandpaper. You couldn't wet distress it. And I don't know how well that would blend. You know how chalk paints are, they can be reactivated when gotten wet. So if you want to blend some colors on a piece of furniture or something, and the chalk paints are, the chalk mineral paints, they're so much easier. The blue is so pretty, and I love it with the white wax. It does look good, doesn't it? So yeah, I'll find something that I'm going to flip. I can paint with the Sandy Blonde. I ordered the DIY Sandy Blonde paint color. And want to use it with the dark wax over it. So I'm going to have to dig through my stash and find something that I think will look good. That color. Well, thanks, Pat. I'm telling you, Pat knows. Once you start using these waxes, you're hooked. Like I still have the Dixie Belle antique paints that I haven't used yet with the spray. I do have it. And the item that I was going to use it on, it was a candlestick that I had thrifted, an iron one, metal candlestick. It sold. I just shipped that out today. So I have to find something else. And I want to start with something small because, like I said, I've never used this stuff before. And I kept trying to talk myself out of trying it live. And I'm like, heck no. You guys will learn from my mistakes. If I mess up, I mess up. That's the world of crafting, upcycling, flipping items. Not everything works out the way you plan it or picture it in your head. Or you change midstream because the piece is telling you, no, you ain't doing this. You got to do something else. This is, I know that sounds funny, but you guys know it will tell you sometimes what it wants. So, did I have baby wipes out? I guess not. I'll grab some baby wipes here for my hands. Peggy, I messaged you a picture of where I'll be using these sconces. My granddaughters sleep in that room when they stay over. Awesome! I have to check that out when I get off here. I'm so excited. I'll be showing you guys the spare bedroom / nursery here shortly. I have been working on the shelf. I've got the shelf. You guys know that I ordered these shelves from Bree, Upcycled by Bree. She did the chalk paint. And the crackle and everything is gorgeous on this. She did these. I ordered these from her before I even knew what color. She couldn't have done a better color to fit the room upstairs. But I found this board here that these fit perfectly on. These corbels fit perfectly on. But I want the shelf to be white with a crackle. So, of course, I had to spray shellac on it. And then I did the school glue crackle, y'all. Look at the crackle at that school glue. It's just the regular, I think it's Jot school glue from the dollar store. So, and that is just so satisfying watching, putting heat to this and watching that crackle. So now I just have to do the other side, and then I can screw them together and get them hung on the wall. And then I will be ready to take you guys for a tour. Okay, so like I said, I had to heat gun these to get the glue loose. Hand sanded them. I was hoping to do the rotary sander. And then did the antique mirrored finish on them. And I did wash them, so awesome crackle. I know, Pat. I'm telling you, that is just, it's so satisfying when you hold the heat gun to it and you just watch that crackle. Kind of like peeling glue off your fingers in one whole piece. Okay, I probably lost you guys on that one, didn't I? You guys are like, okay, she's crazy. Those corbels are gorgeous, and that shelf will be pretty. Thank you. Love your crafts. Oh, I really love the mirror finish. Can't wait to get them. I'm so glad you like them. So we're just going to glue these back in. Now, Peggy, I will wait a little bit to ship them. I don't like shipping anything that has been waxed until the wax cures. So these probably will not get shipped out until Saturday morning. Like the pink tulips. You like that? I did that can too. I repurposed that can. It was just a regular little silver galvanized can, and I added a drop cloth. Well, I painted it. I did a stamp on the drop cloth and attached it on there and cut off the little the points of those little tacks and then just glued them on. I have to check. I think this can is listed on the website for sale. All right, there is one. Completely finished. Like I said, there are probably several different ways people do the antique mirror finish. And some start with mirrors and some start with just glass. I've done it both ways now. And all I did was sand off the mirrored finish, which by hand takes some doing because it's like 3 layers of stuff. And then I go back in once I get the mirror finish sanded down. Love them. Thank you. I use text like that all the time. Snips. I know. It's perfect. Especially if it's something you can't push the tack through. Then it's like, oh, just snip them off and glue them on. But yeah, I sanded off the mirrored finish on the back. And then I took a spray bottle with half vinegar and half water in it. And on the back of the mirror, I squirted it and left like bigger drops and then smaller drops. And then I took the looking glass spray paint and sprayed over it, and then took a paper towel and dabbed off the water dots. And then I did that process again and sprayed, put the water drops on it again, and then sprayed it with the looking glass and then dabbed off all the water spots. And then when that was dry, then I just spray painted over it with black paint. And now we've got 2 updated, beautiful candle sconces. And again, you guys know, you do not have to put, if you don't want the candles in, or if you want to add to it around here, you can do floral foam around here and then add florals. And you could use this little pedestal as a little perch for a bird or a little rabbit, little figurine of any kind. So those are truly beautiful. Thank you, Brenda. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad we went with this color. Like I said, the vote was tied up, and then Teresa swooped in and said, vintage duck egg. So vintage duck egg it is. And then, like I said, we've got the little gorgeous little flower detail cameo mold on the top. So yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we made it. I hope service wasn't too bad with the storm coming in. You just gave me some good ideas. Good, good. And you can change it up. You can leave the candlestick in it with the flowers around it, or just the candlesticks. I mean, you have options, options, options. All right, guys, if you haven't checked out the website, make sure you go over to thesimplespurstudio.com and check out what I have available. Probably 95% of the items that I do flip are on there. Make sure you read the description, because in the title, if it says read description and you go down to where the description is, it'll say what I'm going to do to the piece, if anything. And these were listed on there as read description. And then down further, it said in the description area, it said to be painted, upcycled, or have molds put on them or something. So you know that something's going to be done to it. And a lot of people will buy it before they even know what I'm going to do with it. And they trust, I guess, that they're going to like my style and like whatever I'm going to do with it, and they want it. So, and some people will wait. And if it's still available by the time I upcycle it, then they'll purchase it. So, but just make sure you read if it says read description, make sure you look at that. And make sure you guys sign up over there on my website where you put your email in and everything, so I can get an email list started in case something happens here on FB and they don't want to cooperate with us. So I have your email, and go over and subscribe to the Simple Spurs Studio on YouTube. So we have another platform. So Thank you. Stay safe. I will. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me. And you guys have a good rest of your day. And I will see you all next time. Love you guys. Bye.